Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Welcome back to the Morning Crossfire on your number one news, talk, and sports radio station. We're super excited that Morning Crossfire kicks off. It's 1.5 hours conversation all the way from 8 a.m. to 9:30. We have done this in consideration of those our dear listeners who have been clamoring for more time on the show. Of course, we also love to engage with our listeners. Just try to keep it short whenever it's time for us to have a conversation with you. We'll also love you to be very simple in your submission and straight to the point as well, so everyone benefits from the extension of time that we've got on the Morning Crossfire. I am Sheriff Quadry, and thank you for joining us on this show. Yes, it's official. Your request is now granted. You know that. We'd love to engage with you, and I hope this will be enough for those who enjoy being engaged in various matters affecting our dear country, Nigeria. Now, be sure to join conversation as usual on your devices via our social media platforms. We're there on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. We're all there in your face on your socials. On Twitter, you can follow us at Nigeria Info FM. On Facebook and YouTube, it's Nigeria Info 99.3. Today, we will be having our conversation as usual in a very open, robust manner, because our WhatsApp portal is also there for you to engage with us. The WhatsApp line, please take it down. The WhatsApp line is 0809 597 5805. That is 0809 597 5805. On the Morning Crossfire today, we are looking at updates, events, new developments on federal government's declaration of Amotekun as illegal. You're welcome to join the conversation on the program this morning. You should know that the initiative of the Southwest Governors Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Operation Amotekun, has continued to generate buzzes in spite of the federal government's pronouncement that the security platform is illegal. Operation Amotekun, which officially launched in Ibadan on January 9, 2020, that's about 3 weeks ago, is said to have been birthed to complement the effort of the federal government in beefing up internal security challenges ranging from killings to kidnappings, banditry, robbery, among other security matters, especially in the region. And reactions have continued to trail among the Nigeria's top leadership, Southwest governors and major stakeholders in Nigeria, who insist that they carried the federal government along. You know, there's this argument as to whether the governors actually told or carried the central government along, and they're saying that they actually carried the government along. Now, some of these governors in the Southwest region have also made references to Section 14, Sub 2 of the Nigerian Constitution in 1999 as amended, saying that their primary responsibility as elected leaders is the security and welfare of citizens. Therefore, the Yoruba World Congress, YWC, has said, legal or not, unconstitutional or not, Operation Amotekun, a security strategy, will not surrender. That's what the YWC, Yoruba World Congress, is saying. I have on the line right now Dennis Amakri, ex-assistant director of the State Security Service, SSS, now Department of State Services. Mr. Dennis, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We're doing well, and it's good to have you join us on the program this morning. You should also know that after speaking with Mr. Dennis, we will be having on the show Eni Akishola, a political analyst as well, who is also a politician, will be telling us the political side of this discussion. And Yinka Odumake will be joining us also. He's the spokesperson of Afenifere. He'll be joining us on the program as well. Mr. Dennis, let me start with you. You are a stakeholder in the intelligence community, and I will begin this way. With what you're hearing, with what happened last year and what's been happening in the region, is there a need for Operation Amotekun in the Southwest?
There is a very, very great need. A very great need for extra security. Let me put it this way. Because there has been a hike in the increase in kidnapping, banditry, and all kinds of insecurity that are disturbing Nigeria. The police is not enough. We have only about 350,000 policemen in Nigeria as a whole. And we have been, pushing for an extra, number one, we wanted crime to be fought all the way down to the grassroots by declaring a state police, which will repeal the constitutional amendment
Right.
that there's only one Nigeria police. We want it to be done so that they can break it down. Meanwhile, other states are coming up with neighborhood watches. Hisba, of course, to be very clear, Hisba is, of course, a religious police. But let's go down to what they are also doing in some states, because
Right.
all of them are
Right.
So there is need. Let me put it that way.
Now that you have said there is need, let's look at the excuse being given by the protagonist of Amotekun. And one of those excuses is that it's a neighborhood watch. And I'm struggling to define what neighborhood watch is, especially if you put it in context of Amotekun. In your professional experience as a security expert, does it look like a neighborhood watch?
Well, when they started this, that was the original idea, because they said that Amotekun is going to be made up of hunters and the OPC people, especially the hunters who are going to be seeing bandits who are moving inside the bush when they are hunting, and they will subsequently give the information to the police. They are supposed to be working with the police. They are not supposed to be working alone.
Right.
And we have to be very, very clear about this, because some people have confused the whole thing in such a way that people are giving different kinds of narratives about what it should be and what it's not supposed to be.
Indeed. Now, talking about narrative, really, because it's important, I was going to go there, and thank God you've taken us there. The narrative, do you think it's been properly managed by those in charge, the governors, the Dawn Commission, the elders who are involved here, even the groups? Because there have been so many narratives, as you have alluded to earlier. We don't know the narrative. I was interviewing the spokesperson of OPC the other day. He appeared not to even know the narrative himself. What is the narrative from what you've heard as a security expert?
The narrative was very, very badly put. Let me put it that way. And the first time I was on TV, to talk about this, I said it. Amotekun, as presently instituted, is illegal. Illegal in the sense that are not backed by law. I don't know why, there are a lot of, even the governor who is in town is there, and they should know that. Lagos State have a neighborhood watch, and it is backed by the promulgation of the State Assembly. There are many of them. River State, of course, I happen to consult for that one.
Right.
And they are backed by the State of Assembly law that brought them into being.
Right.
And that's what I expected of Amotekun. But, you brought them out, number one, no backing by law. Number two, they are regional. Now, there is nothing like region in our constitution.
Right.
We know that we'll say 6 geopolitical zones, this and that, but there are no regions. So what I expected, the narrative should have been that all the 6 states, like Lagos, have already created their own Amotekun, like the one in Lagos, the neighborhood was.
Right.
The Ogun State, call it Amotekun Ogun State, and let the State Assembly promulgate the law to cover them. And then, and now operate if they want a regional thing, and they will be operating with a handshake to understand each other.
It's sounding like the foundation is faulty from what you're saying.
But let me say that again.
It's sounding like you're saying the foundation is faulty.
That is what I'm saying. That foundation is faulty, and it has brought all these brouhaha into play where people are now interpreting. Some are being very emotional about it. Oh, why can't they allow us to tweet? Some people are saying, it's a Yoruba thing. All kinds of things, But follow the law. Follow that. All live in the West here.
Right.
So
right.
We need our own security. We need our own security. In fact, extend it. All these private security people we're having that are guarding our houses should all be part of they now give information to the police. They assist the regular police to do their job.
Indeed.
You know,
Mr. Dennis, before I go to the phone lines, because I would like people to join us in this conversation so we can have this wrapped up and allow you go as quickly as possible. There is also this nuance about Amotekun having the likelihood to be used by the politicians in the West for especially secessionists in the West who have been calling for Oduduwa Republic. Is this perhaps from the angle of security a possibility?
These are all fears, okay? These are all fears because Nigeria has never been a one nation. You know, we always describe ourselves as Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa.
Right,
you know.
right.
Before we can say we are Nigerian, okay? If you go overseas, you see unless in America here, the person will tell you, I'm an American, okay? They're not going to say I'm a Sioux tribe person from North America, okay?
Right.
I'm American. And that's what we should be doing. We are Nigerian. You know, so somebody's going to use it against their opponents, and that also depends on the law that formed them. You see, that's why people are saying that.
Does it have anything to do with the law, Mr. Dennis?
Yeah, the law, because the law will spell out the boundaries. You know, the law the boundaries of how they can operate, who they are, what they do, you know, what they do, their structure. You understand?
Right.
It is not just bring out a whole bunch of people, buy them cars, and then they run around. And of course, you leave them like this, and the next thing you know, they'll start collecting money from people. You know, because this uniform thing is a very bad thing, where many people believe that the uniform is a sign of authority that use in oppressing others who are not wearing the uniform.
Right. Now, just to be clear, would you say that Operation Amotekun is a security strategy or a political strategy? Just to be clear.
It is supposed to be a security strategy. Okay? I don't want to. I'm angry that in fact it's being politicized. It's not a political strategy. You know, because PDP and APP, PP and the APC people, you know, that make up the Amotekun itself. Okay? So it is not a particular political party that made it out. And we should not, because that's the problem with Nigeria.
Right.
We always interpret things, you know, politically or tribally, and that's the problem we're having. It's a security thing. And when it comes to security, there is no competition. Security is supposed to be a common responsibility.
So why is the federal government against it? If security shouldn't have any opposition at all?
Number one, I don't want to believe that the federal government is against it.
Oh, well. The federal government has declared it illegal.
Yeah, it might be the opinion of the Attorney General. And if you say that it's illegal, it might be the same thing I'm telling you about going to the state assembly and making them legal. You will agree with the explanation I've given you. As presently stated, it is illegal. Okay, but go to the state and let the state assemblies promulgate laws to back them up, and they become illegal. They become very legal. And when they are legal, they can operate. Right now, you have neighborhood watches in so many different states in the country. Nobody is going to say that you are illegal yet. You know, let me tell you a story. It happened in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
When Port Harcourt neighborhood watch was created, I was for them. And when they wanted to train the people, the military came and scattered them up and said that they are militias, they are militants. And then scattered the whole people who were congregated at an NYSC camp for training.
Right.
And the River State went to court. And at the court, the judgment was against the army, the Nigerian army, especially the brigade in Port Harcourt, that sent those people down there. You know, and I apologize. They let them free. So why can't we just do the same thing? You know, it is it is people trying to politicize the whole thing, and I think they shouldn't be arguing about that.
All right, then. Mr. Dennis, please stay on the line. Let's release the phone line so people can join this conversation. My phone lines are already buzzing. But let's, for those that are just listening for the very first time, here are the lines you can call.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
Yes, we're listening. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube as we speak. Nigeria Info 99.3 is what you can search for on those platforms. We are also live on our WhatsApp. It's very, very active. The number of the WhatsApp is 0809 597 5805. That is 0809 597 5805. Mr. Dennis Amakri is joining us via the telephone line this morning. Mr. Dennis Amakri is the ex-assistant director of the State Security Service. He joins us via the telephone this morning. Hello, good morning to you. Nigeria Info, good morning to you. Yes, good morning. I'm doing fine. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Yes, Prince. Calling from Photos.
Prince Wires.
YS.
Okay, go on, please.
I think the best thing to right now is this Western governor to talk to their assembly member to enact a law. And for the Attorney General, the executive to invite the government to sit around table and we just legalize this. Because Amotekun is what we want. That is that to be launched and nothing can stop it.
Right.
We are not against any ethnic group. We defend the territory of Western Nigeria.
Right.
We are not for Odua Republic. No, it's to protect.
Okay.
So I think it's the president himself.
So the governors should go back to their state assemblies to legalize Amotekun.
That's the best thing.
All right, Wise. Thanks for calling. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. This is Wanya from Wemimo.
Welcome. We lost your call. Do try and call us back if you can. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sherry.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Pastor Ladito calling from Arizona.
Good to have you.
My take is that let the state governors go ahead with it and let it go to court, just like our friend Babalala has said. Let the AGF is not the law. We need to protect ourselves. The best thing we can do is allow this Amotekun because they are the people that knows the nooks and corners of our area. The police, they cannot post somebody from the north to Lagos sometimes. And how will you be able to know every corner? Like this pipeline vendors.
Right.
This is part of the job the Amotekun can do.
Right.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you for calling. Mr. Dennis, would you advise the state governors to still go ahead with Amotekun? Mr. Dennis?
Oh, talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Like one of the callers
despite
said,
the pronouncement by the Attorney General, they should still go ahead.
Oh, yes, of course. Like I said, the Attorney General has made his own opinion.
Right.
You know, he what he says is not that in concrete, and that is not going to stop Amotekun.
But you admitted that it's illegal, so why should they go on ahead with illegality?
Yes, go and legalize it. Go and legalize it at the state assembly. You know, because if he says that it's illegal, does not mean that they cannot operate. They go and legalize it, and to protest and all those things is not helping it because if you go and legalize, just like what I told you,
right?
A court might need to interpret what it says, but we have not reached the stage of going to court now. Let the states go and tell their state assemblies to not only promote law backing Amotekun,
right?
And they should do it in this way, not a general. Because I told you, it's not known to region, so there is no regional state assembly.
Okay, all right.
You understand?
Right.
There should be state assembly to create the Amotekun, and then they can have an MOU. That is, they can have a handshake of how to operate.
Indeed. Let's go to the phone lines once again. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Dennis, good morning. He has killed it. He's on point.
Morning.
I said it all.
Morning.
You understand? He's just little too hard to it. And what I want to add is that our people here in South States, we are known for peace. We are not really confrontational. We should calm down. Fine. Amotekun is a very good concept, a very good idea, but bad concept. When I say bad concept, there is nothing like regional government. Even Mr. I'm waiting for him. You said he will be here, Odumakin.
Yes.
He said it. I could remember I called in on this your program when he said he was not really in support. Not support per se, but he was skeptical
Yes, it
about
was.
the whole idea.
Yes, it
but
was.
I'm even surprised now that he's one of those championing that no, Amotekun is right. Fine, no issues. Mr. Dennis has said it, and that has been a fantastic way to go. Let the state governors go back to their state House of Assembly,
Right.
get it legalized within the state,
Right.
and you see they can now form a team to be a cross boundary if there is the need for it. Now we have neighborhood in Lagos State. They are doing fantastically well. I think they have in order is to reform them, to change their name to Amotekun, or even change away from Amotekun. You see, all these people, governors, all of them that are now talking that Amotekun should do this, should do that, trying to push all these governors, and quite a lot of governors are regretting their actions. Now, you see, push them that no, they should be confrontational. It is wrong. They just want the governors out of the place.
Right, right.
You understand? So we have to people.
Thank you for talking to me. I really appreciate that. Mr. Dennis, please hold the line. We need to head out now for a short break. Please stay on the line. When we return, we'll continue our conversation on Operation Amotekun this morning. Do join us again. I am Sheriff Quadry, and we are back in a moment.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
That's right, this is Morning Crossfire, your number one news, talk and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Our phone lines are still buzzing even during the break. That's right, the messages are still coming in online as well. You can tweet us as well on your thoughts about Amotekun. Feel free to do that. We have our guests on the line this morning, Dennis Amakri, ex-assistant director of the State Security Service, what you know as DSS. He is on the line with us this morning, and a lot of people want to have a conversation with him as well. Okay, now, so Mr. Dennis, thank you for staying on the line. We truly indeed appreciate you for being on the line, Mr. Dennis. Thank you for holding the line.
Thank you.
All right. So, listen to this, Mr. Dennis. When we had a discussion on the same subject, talking about Amotekun, about 3 weeks ago, we had Barrister Yinka Oguntimei, the spokesperson of Odua People's Congress, who actually commended the governors involved in the initiative. This is what he said in one of the questions I asked him.
Call us on 012770993, 0127719. Call us on 012770993.
Apologies for that system acting up. Let's see if it's back.
9301.
It's still acting up.
Yeah, okay.
You know how these machines can be sometimes. So this is what Barrister Oguntimei said. Have a listen to this.
Okay. Amotekun in English means a leopard.
Okay.
And we must also understand the fact that the governors are the chief security officers of their respective states.
True.
Under the ground norm that we are apparently using in the country, that is the 1999 Constitution. So, in a situation where we have kidnappings, raping of women, malicious destruction of farmlands, and a situation of total insecurity in some parts of the country, particularly the southwest. So, the action or the step of the governors is very commendable to ensure the protection of properties and lives of the people in Southwest and Nigerians as a whole. So the step is very commendable. The electorate voted these governors into office, and their sacred duty and paramount role and responsibility to the people is to ensure the preservation of their lives and properties. So the step is laudable, is a good one, even though from the feelers we have been getting, the operation.
Okay, that was Barrister Yinka Oguntimei, Mr. Dennis. Now, where I want to come in with what he said was that you said that what the governors can do is to have an independent Amotekun, right? That's what you said, right?
In each state, yeah.
In each state, in their respective state, then come together and have some form of MOU that they can work and synergize their activities, right? That's what you said. What is wrong? What is wrong with these states coming together as they've already done to protect the region? Or, yes, you said that there is no region, but let's not shy away from the truth. There is a southwest region.
What they've done right now, like I said, their initiative is very, very good. We need it right. But the foundation or the way they are trying to structure it is wrong. It's wrong because, number one, we don't have a region. We don't have region in Nigeria. So, okay, how do you fund it, from the region? How do you legalize it from the region?
Are you saying that they've got no plans for how to fund Operation Amotekun? They've got no plans. I can tell you.
Remember, it will still come back to the budget of the state, right?
Right.
Which the state assemblies have to approve. You understand?
Right.
So you cannot just declare money out of your state from the governor's pocket. Okay, let's say they want to the security vote of their state to do it. You know, will it be enough to do that regional thing? But do it by each state, and then each state will also have an allocation for them, and then there will be an understanding where there will be like a regional thing, or even national thing.
Right, indeed. Let's see who is here, Mr. Dennis. Somebody is on the line. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
My name is Judy. I'm calling from Lagos.
Good to have you, Judy.
Yeah, you see, I'd like to add a bit to what Mr. Dennis was just saying now.
Go on, Judy.
He said we don't have a regional government.
He said we don't have a region, not regional.
We don't have we have a region. We don't have a regional government. Of course, we have the Southwest region. We have our geopolitical zones and all that, but we don't have a regional government. So, if this were Amotekun were to fly, what government agency will regulate the activities? That's a salient question.
So
in Lagos State, hold on, just a minute. In Lagos State, the Lagos State Neighborhood Security Corps has a Lagos State Neighborhood Security Agency that regulates the activities, that can curb their excesses, that can discipline their officials. As it were, we have enough problem, a handful of problem with our security agencies that are constituted by law. Committing extrajudicial killings. If this Amotekun were to fly, if these people start to kill people or start to misbehave, which agency will regulate the activities?
Can I tell you what we've heard? We've heard that these people in courts now, I'm using your word, are going to be primarily made up of security personnel that we already have. The police, the NSCDC, they are the main people. Using your word now. So if there is to be an arrest or any discipline, these are the people that will handle it. Not the hunters, not the OPCs, not the vigilantes.
But the hunters, the Amotekun officials themselves will have interactions with people.
Yes.
They can come across people in the bush.
Yes.
And have interactions.
Yes.
If they overstep, or if they are excessive in their handling of a particular an individual, what agency would discipline such misconduct?
I just explained that they are still under the police.
No, they can't be. Amotekun is an entity on its own. They're supposed to hand over to the police. They're supposed to gather intelligence for the police.
Right, and that's
what bottom line. What I'm saying, bottom line is that there has to be, a product of lawlessness will act lawlessly. So there has to be, in consonance with what Mr. Dennis has said, it has to be done from state to state. Lagos State has their LMSC. Other states can create their own, and then they can synergize. You can call it what you like. You can call it Amotekun. You can call it Amote anything. But you can then sign an agreement to synchronize your activities, cooperate, and then when an official misbehaves, each state can discipline its officials because each state will have their rules of engagement.
All right, Jide. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is Daniel from Mejibo.
Welcome, Daniel.
Actually, my question is that the state government, each state government, we are made to know they are the number one security. As in,
they are the chief security officers of their state.
They are the chief security of the state.
Right.
And to me, I believe they have every legal right to govern the people to come up with a strategy that will help to govern the people that they are managing. I think, to me, I believe the Constitution should allow them to come up with those strategies. Now, the question is that, are they made in paper or in real? Because if you are telling me that they should not, that no state government have any right or to form a formidable security, that means that Constitution should be revisited. We have, to me, I believe these are some of the things that we should put into paper. They should allow them to operate that Amotekun, because I believe, look at what is happening now in some of the parts of the South. The Southwest. They have issue of kidnapping and all these things. So they should be allowed, so that, because it's being enshrined into Constitution, allow them to operate.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Let's take one last call before I go back to my guest. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes,
my name is Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Ile Somi.
Oh, Ile Somi. Welcome.
Yeah. I support what the former DSS deputy is saying.
Okay.
Because if you are saying that you want to create Amotekun and your state legislative part are not involved, that means we are not doing anything.
Right.
Because they are still going to be the ones to ascertain probably maybe how you are going to fund them. So I will say that they should go back. The governors should go back to the state legislative part to go and amend how they can inculcate the Amotekun into the state so that they will now be legally backed.
Okay.
So that's what I support.
Elisami, thank you for calling me. Appreciate it. On Facebook, Machiavelli Ifedibo says, the only problem I have with the outfit is the name. Eat my tongue trying to pronounce it. Thank you, Machiavelli. Thank you for sending that thought in. We duly and truly appreciate it. Mr. Dennis, I need to let you go now, but what would be your advice to state governors, apart from, of course, some of the state governors have said they've sent delegations to President Muhammadu Buhari to go and meet him. It's not looking like, to me, from what I've heard, it's not looking like they're thinking in that direction of going to register or going to pass a law to back Amotekun in their respective states. They're still looking at dialogue, with the federal government to still toe the line they're currently towing. What would be your word to them?
I think they should do the necessary. But all this that, they are jumping the gun. Go and do the necessary thing. Make it legal. Then you can now come with, that will be your background.
Who is to say that, even after making it legal, they will still get a nod of the central government? Who is to say that?
The federal government is not going to stop the Amotekun if they are back. Because there are others that are existing. Do you understand? There is because they are working with the police very well.
Do you think the law is a problem of the federal government, or there is another undercurrent fear? Because you're mentioning law. Well, and that's what the Attorney General, referenced to when he was talking. But is that really the problem?
The reason Amotekun is strong is because there is insecurity in the country. Okay? Now, government has to, because that will be the part of the dialogue. Government has to pick up to their responsibility. People cannot just be dying because you expect the donors to sit back and be just watching. And that's why they came up with it. But do it, and then you come to the federal government and say, look, there is a problem that we have been facing, and you know that we are facing that problem. This is what we have to stop what you are doing. So we'll be strategy in fighting this insecurity.
Right.
Yeah, there is no need to start to fight it on your own or try to call it a religion thing or a tribal thing. And that spoils the whole thing. Be very transparent on the board, and then of course the security issue, solve it officially and corporately like a security issue. And that will fly.
Indeed. Mr. Dennis Amakri, thank you so much for joining us at the Morning Crossfire this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
Always a pleasure. Dennis Amakri is the ex-assistant director of the State Security Service, DSS, if you like. He joined us via the telephone to discuss Operation Amotekun this morning. Let's take a breather. When we return, we'll be having Eni Akinshola, 2019 Zenith Labour Party senatorial candidate from Ondo South. He joins us from Akure this morning to further this discussion on Operation Amotekun on the Morning Crossfire. Do join us again in a moment.
This is Maureen Ogola reporting live from the Lagos State House alongside Keja. Clementine Okonye reporting from the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Joy Kalyu reporting live from the Murtala Mohammed International Airport.
For news that's close to home, hear it first on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Up to the minute news that matters to you. Our reporters are always on the go, bringing it as it happens.
The lawmakers have decided to work with the executive for the development of Lagos State. Adewuni reported. It has been 5 days of banter, training, and Confirmation at the Senate. Judges McNaughton reporting.
Listen to the major news every day, 6 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 6 p.m. Live on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Hard facts.
Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Ezekwesili.
Jakumaku, Lagos. I am Aloho.
Join the powerful duo of Sandra Ezekwesili and Aloho Obo as they take you through drive time, politics, education, health, and plenty more. If it's worth talking about, then listen to Hard Facts.
Join us weekdays
3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
on Hard Facts.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hi there! Like the popular belief, the side of the bed you wake up on can affect your mood all through the day. But not just that. The kind of information you're exposed to can not only affect your mood, but also your opinion throughout the day. Start your day the right way. Listen to the Morning Crossfire with Wemimo and Sheriff. Get the headlines, hot news, latest developments, both locally and internationally. Right here on the Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The Nigerian Stock Exchange has declared Minister of Trade and Commerce,
and on the economic front, reportedly, all prices.
So the thoughts around creating a money business and economy show on 99.3 Nigeria Info was in trying to help you understand how business and economy headlines affect your income. But it turns out you want more. Powered by the 99.3 Nigeria Info Newsroom, we will be covering AGMs, news briefings. Basically, we will be the fly on the wall at every business discussion that matters. Because most of the time, the news headlines do not cover everything that's going on.
Join Tunji Andrews on the Money, Business and Economy Show. Every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let me tell you about Public Square. There are several lines that meet other edges.
The youth of this country who are already in a disillusioned, disenchanted state will be encouraged.
Where we talk about the fine margins. Sometimes it's black, white, and blurry.
It's also informed by the need to save costs and reduce legislative time.
And then there are the actors, right at the center, coming through political processes, which could be dramatic.
To be a state of dismal if Parliament does not rise this money.
And controversial.
If driving to the roads is engaging the macabre, compatibility is that of government.
And there's you to help connect the dots from the top to the bottom. Join Rotimi Sankore and Aroho Obo at the Public Square every Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
.3 Nigeria Info. Yes, we are back. The time from our studios now, it's 49 minutes inside 8 o'clock hour. And we're still having our conversation on Operation Amotekun. Before the break, you heard Dennis Amakri, who joined us via the telephone as well. Dennis Amakri is the ex-assistant director of the State Security Service, what you now know as Department of State Services. He joined us via the telephone, and we talked about Operation Amotekun from his own angle. Now, let's take it to another angle. We have joining us right now, Eni Akinshola, who is a public affairs analyst. He's a politician as well. He's a 2019 Zenith Labour Party senatorial candidate. He joins us from Akure. Mr. Akinshola, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. My honor to be privileged.
It's good to have you. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Let's talk about whether the Southwest region is doing fine as regards Amotekun. What's your thought concerning your general thought? That is, we'll streamline it much later on. But tell me about your general thought as to the developments that have trailed Amotekun ever since it was launched.
My first impression or first opinion is that this is a welcome development. It is a development that's right, it's timely, it has been taken, a decision that has been taken at the right time. Even some of us feel that decision that ought to have been taken before now. The decision to protect the society, the task of doing that has proven to be overwhelming the police. The police seems not to be incapable because of its strength and logistics, because of the centrality of its control.
Right.
To take care of the peace and security of the nook and crannies of Yoruba land. And it isn't a crime to have a network of communal security organizations to work across the communities and across the borders of different states to secure the environment against crimes and criminality.
But it's also being said that the entire process was rushed, if they were even followed at all. What did you hear about the process? Do you think the governors did the right thing before the security outfit was launched?
Protecting your doorstep, protecting your home cannot be too late. It can't be too early. So what the governors have done is to react to the security realities of our time. In fact, some of us think that they reacted somehow late. Now, talking about the legalese, I am not a lawyer. And I am not. But what I do know is that protecting your house, you do not need all the laws in the world to protect your house. To get the vigilante on your street to work together to protect your street.
But this is not protecting the streets. This is protecting the entire region. Are you saying there is still no need for laws?
Let us start from that perspective. The concept of a network. Look at the word. It's Amotekun network. It is not a force. It's a network of institutions to protect the society. What people should have done, or what those who are opposed to this have done, is to ask for the modality. And in any case, the Amotekun is not protecting the North Center. Amotekun is not protecting the South or the Southeast. Those who should be concerned about this modality, about this modus operandi or modus vivendum, are the people of the Southwest. And I see everybody in the Southwest being contented that a structure has been announced. And I keep telling those who have asked me the question, if there is any law that is against the formation of a network, of a vigilante group to the Southwest, let them raise it. Then we can now go to the court and say, this is what the law says. You have no right to do it.
It's being said, Ms. Akshala, it's being said that if you're going to have something as huge as big as a network, you've rightly used the word network because that's in the name of the outfit itself. If you're going to form something like that, shouldn't you consider backing it with laws? If you're gonna go like that as a block, as a group, isn't that necessary? If you look at the security neighborhood watch in Lagos, is backed by law. The one in Ogun is backed by law. So why can't a network of this security outfit be backed by law?
The point I am, if there is any feeling that there is a law, that you need to have either the State House of Assembly or the State National Assembly to back it, it does not betray the fact that a process has commenced. The point I'm raising is this. You cannot come out to say that you cannot do it. What you can say is that, look, what are the laws by which you have said this? No. If the laws are not available, then go and legalize and legitimize it. It is not as if Amotekun are on the street as we speak. Are they?
No, they're not.
It is not there. There is an announcement by the government to say that we are doing this. The formalities, the processes are still on to finally entrench the Amotekun concept. But what do we see? People who are not going to benefit or be affected by it are crying over the rooftop. So my point is, what I expected, those who are complaining, is a good idea. Now that people are trying to protect the environment, please, how will it not affect my business?
Right.
How should I do it? What are the laws backing it up? What are the do's and don'ts? Rather than coming out as AGM, for instance, to say that they have no right to do that. What kind? That this is a part of the problem affecting the way we run our federation.
Let's talk about the way we run our federation a little bit, and let's bring it down because that's politics. That's your forte during, especially in this conversation. And I want to ask: it's looking like even all the governors that are involved in this, what do we call it now? Outfit. They are not. Speaking with one voice because people have been questioning why some of them have stayed quiet while some have been talking about it. What are you hearing as a politician?
My brother, I sometimes do not like to attack that kind of politician. I'm a political actor. I see things that deserve changes in my environment. I work with others to get those changes. If it's all about politicking, party politicking, I am not strictly about that. It's about the ideas that the society must be run with. That's my concern.
Right.
And I get platform to do that. Now about some people, I do not judge people who are quiet. Once an organization is formed, my brother. It is not all of us that should be talking about it. They are arrowheads of each institution. I do know that the development agenda for Western Nigeria is the midwife of the Amotekun thing.
Right.
I do know that before the Amotekun concept was announced, there were consultative meetings that had the IG in attendance, that had officers of the state, the officers of the federal government in attendance, where issues were discussed. As a build-up to the process of announcing the formation of Amotekun.
Right.
Why are they all this quiet? Of course, it's not everybody who should be talking at the same time. Those who have been empowered to talk are talking as I speak.
It's funny you're saying everybody shouldn't be talking at the same time, because those that are against this are talking at the same time. I mean, why shouldn't everybody be talking at the same time when those that don't want you to do this thing are talking at the same time?
For me, I do not believe it's a function of the organization to put in place.
Right.
It's a function of the discipline of the organization that wants to form an institution and organization. Some people will be started with some requisite responsibility. That is my understanding. So if those who are opposed are talking the cacophonous way, it also shows that they are not organized, they are not informed, they do not know what they are talking about. It's every man for himself, God for us all, and that's not how societies are run. For instance, those who are talking against about it, ought to first and foremost discuss with what they are talking about. Investigate what it is all about. Ask questions. You can't be speaking from the point of ignorance, and that's what I've seen. People have not asked questions. People have not asked, if I were government, if I were the government of the federation, for instance, before the AGF would speak, I would talk to the IG. What did you know about it?
Right.
What did the DSS? Have you been informed about it? What are the modalities? Have you informed them what the law says? No, nobody is doing that. People are just talking. They are hitting the polity unnecessarily. So my plea to us as people of the Southwest, I have been a victim of some crime. I've had relatives who have been kidnapped on the highway. I've had people who things have happened to that they are overwhelmed the existing security apparatus.
Right.
I've raised it before that community policing is a global reality. In other societies, a university society have its own police.
True.
Polytechnics have their police.
True.
So not talk of a whole local government, not talk of a whole state. So if we are not talking about police, at least we'll be able to form a vigilante group, a network of security, work in our localities, and if we have to extend hands across states, we won't be speaking with vacuum. Okay, what is the network in the other states? Let us relate with that.
All right.
This is what we have found. We have seen.
Mr. Akishala, please stay on the line. We need to take the news right now. When we are done with the news, we'll have you back on. Please don't hang up. Just stay there. In case you are just joining us, you're welcome. This is the Morning Crossfire, and we're looking at Operation Amotekun. And all the developments that you've heard, all the things that have been said about Operation Amotekun. Let's go on a quick break to bring you the news, and when we are done with the news, we'll continue with this conversation. Stay here. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
after this.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
.3 Nigeria Info. Yes, we're back on the morning Crossfire today. We have on the line this morning Eniaki Shola, the 2019 Zenith Labour Party Sanitary candidate. He joins us from Akure, the state capital this morning. And I have a very interesting announcement. I'll be wrapping up by 9:15 this morning so we can give way for Tunji Andrews on Money, Business and Economy show. Mr. Akinshola, let's quickly wrap up this way. There will be the YWC, Yoruba World Congress. They've called for a protest rally tomorrow. What's your thought on this? Is there a need for this at all?
I can't say there is any need, and I can't dismiss the right of anybody to organize. I will not call for a protest, but whoever feels that it's necessary to call for a protest, I will not begrudge them. It's their right to so protest, their right to so express their views. That is what democracy is all about.
Right.
We need not agree with them, but once they have a feeling that they have an issue to protest about or against, then they have the right to do so. Once people feel that their security is being threatened, they have a right to organize to protect themselves. And since the institutions of state, the instrumentalities of state have proven to be incapable, to be insufficient,
right,
society must compensate for the lapses that are available. And that is what the Amotekun concept is all about. I'm not in government. I'm not a pro-APC. I'm not a PDP person. But I've seen a good idea. And I think that all of us must support it. North, west, south, central. It's when society is safely protected that we can do our businesses. There are southeasterners in Yoruba land, in the southwest. There are northeasterners, there are northwesterners, there are central northerners in the. So it's not about protecting, it's about protecting everybody
right,
who is here doing their legitimate business. Don't you worry. Are those who are criminal minded? who feel that the peace of this place do not concern them, and who feel that it's when they unleash violence that they can do their own business. Those are the people should be concerned about Amotekun, not the law-abiding, responsible citizens of this country.
I mean, I agree with you, and I'm sure many people will agree with you that we need more security on our streets, especially in Nigeria here. But one of the major worries of people is the structure, the procedure, the operational guidelines of Amotekun is looking as though everything is just being rushed by the governors. Take for instance, the headquarters is said to be in Osun State, while respective states will have their own, local offices in the respective states. To some people, how can you have headquarters in one place and have respective offices in other places? How effective will that be in their operations? Then another worry is the amount to be paid to the so-called operatives of Operation Amotekun, 13,500 naira. There is a worry in that regard. We all know what is obtainable right now with our conventional policemen on our roads. Mr. Akinshola, you still think that this is well thought through?
It's not about, these are tiny, I'm sorry, these are details, and I consider them details that do not, under any circumstance, defeat or negate the concept, the principle behind setting up the Amotekun network. These are details that will be worked out. Nobody has been recruited as an Amotekun operative. Nobody knows. Nobody can tell me now that, okay, each Amotekun operative is going to be working full-time or part-time. Nobody knows. We're just raising issues that do not exist first and foremost.
So we don't have information yet, and we are launching something. What is the launch supposed to achieve? That's what I want to know. What are we supposed to achieve with the launch when we're not ready?
I am not a spokesperson for any of the government, but I do know that you have announced it. That means you have started a process. It's like you want to have an election, for instance. Is it the day that you announce that an election will hold, that election will hold?
Certainly not. Certainly not. Right.
We have announced the formation of things. We are now going to begin processes. We are going to recruit. We are going to train. We are going to post. All these other details will come. What I was expecting, interesting, good one. Please, what are you going to do? How are we going to do it? It isn't until those things are spelled out that you can say, okay, this thing is bad. It cannot work.
Right.
Or this thing is good. But the idea behind it is welcome. It should be applauded by all sane minds, and we should encourage with all we have.
Indeed. Let's take a few more calls. Mr. Akinshola, please stay on the line.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
Yes, we are listening to you on Nigeria Info. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Kenneth. I'm calling from Pesca.
Go on, please.
Yeah. Please, I just want to make a key narrative about this Amotekun thing. On 2nd of January, I was coming back from work. I'm an Uber driver.
Okay.
Around 2 a.m., I was stopped by a policeman in my area by name S-O-N Ago. He asked me for my papers, I showed him. He asked me for my driver's license, I showed him. He collected my car, he collected my papers. He asked me to go and come back, or I should give him all the money I made that day. This is a policeman that is well paid. That means that can be tracked. I was able to go through it because I was able to call the police complaint number. And the DPO have to call me and ask me, what happened?
Right.
Then imagine having somebody that you give a gun. You are paying him 13,500, and he met you at night like this. Then imagine what happens to you as an individual. So I believe this Amotekun 13. They must have an operational guideline so that it's not the situation whereby you now have more arms in the hand of people.
Right.
It's of the insecurity. That means they really need to against people, and that's because that's the mentality of most Nigerians that are into police and army. They just want to use it to rob it over people.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Hello, good morning to you.
Very valuable.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think Jonathan, I appreciate that first question you used. A person just broke it down very, very well. Very, very well. This law sets up people. That's the question about my heart. And that's it. And that is where the problem is. It's all what we have been talking for the past 1 week. That's where it is. Somebody even broke it down that states have their own. The man said it that states have their own security, which was backed up by the state law. You know, when I first called on this, I said they will have legal. I know why I said this. You know, they don't have any legal backing. They don't have any law that back them. Right. And also, like I told you in the morning, if they pay first salary, pay second, they will not pay for the receipt. And by the time you see issues start coming up.
Right.
I'm just creating issues for ourselves every day.
Jonathan, thank you for talking to me. Appreciate it. Mr. Inakishola, we need to go now. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation this morning. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
All right. That's a wrap on the Morning Crossfire today. We're back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Many thanks to Zainab Yakin, Tosin Akeride and Yvonne Haifo for assisting. Batunde Salam took care of the online visuals for you. Always join our conversations online. It's always there. Facebook, YouTube, we're there live for you. I am Sheriff Quadry. Money, Business and Economy Show will take the airwaves just in a moment. Stay here.
Lagos, such a busy place. But here's how I managed to stay in touch with the latest changes, trends, news, economics,